IVE, our integrated virtual environment, takes up only 2 square meters of your living room and converts it into any of over 1,000 virtual locations. Fully interactive, lifelike 3D gaming, adventuring, or any of dozens of other activities. Drink the water, eat the food, sample the wine. You will believe you are there. IVE from Hollycorp. Call for your free trial today and open the door to a new world of adventure, excitement, and pleasure. All of us in the studio are still trying to adjust to the shock of our last contact with Daniela Gresham. You can be sure that the moment we get word of any news from the Sureston South Supermall, we'll jump to that report live.
And I certainly echo your words, Helen. All our thoughts are with Daniela, and of course the mayor.
And I have confidence in you, Daniela. I know that you're going to come through this just fine. We'll talk to you again soon. If you're out there listening, perhaps this latest song by Cascade will help boost your spirits. Field reporter Katerina Kaya has managed to access an operational voice line from Shelburne Island. She has found a retired meteorologist on Shelburne who brings special commentary on the storm and its implications. This man, in fact, knew Katerina's father, a renowned meteorological research scientist himself. Yes, Lana, I was searching for some positive news to send back to Sureston, and for my own morale as well, when I recognized Dr. Alexander Plesakov among those who welcomed me to the Shelburne Resort Complex. He has offered to give us the benefit of his expert opinion. Dr. Plesakov, can you tell us what you foresee in view of this latest development in the planet's weather torment?
Katarina, I realize things look bleak, and yes, they are in many ways, We are living the consequences of what our forefathers wrought over the past 2 centuries. But I see much that is hopeful. As a race, humanity has now embraced the need for a balance that incorporates the Earth's biosystem, the infrastructure we are unable to reproduce, and yet sustains all that lives on its surface, including us. Look at how we have adapted, even evolved in the past 100 years, especially since the expiration of fossil fuels in 2043. Our ingenuity in devising new sources of energy that leave almost no planetary residue is remarkable. We cannot reverse the damage that has been done, but we can halt further injury to the world we live in, allow it time to recover, and in the meantime, adjust to its new norm. Consider what we are already doing. We design our buildings to withstand earthquakes, not just on tectonic faults, but everywhere, and to survive the barrage of 300 to 400 km/h winds. Our hover vehicles, far from further damaging our air, actually aid in redistribution of emissions and to reduce the impact of residual ground-level pollutants and oxidants. It is working. We will have a future. But both the Earth and its inhabitants will be different animals when it is all over. Adjust, adapt, survive. We must never forget it.
Thank you for your encouraging words, Dr. Plesakov. I know that I and many back in Suiston are grateful for your insight in this difficult time. Lana, back to you. Katerina, it's good to know you're still on the job and bringing us meaningful reports, even after your recent ordeal.
Located in our hidden warrens far beneath the city, WRAT's squad of intrepid reporters infest the city, unseen and unlooked for. Combined with the magic of video, we are the eyes and ears of this metropolis. And we're here 24/365 for you.
Here are the top stories in Suiston at 2:30 on this chaotic Tuesday, September the 10th, 2097. I'm Adam Mabro. Leading the news is, of course, the weather, which has steadily worsened over the past couple of hours and promises to break all records as it marches up the coast. As our meteorologist Gertrude suggests, we can't predict how extreme the weather may get, so, of course, we're recommending that everyone stay where they are or get to shelter. Gertrude will give us another update in a few minutes.
And I'm Helen Burgess. In downtown Suiston, rioting continues as military forces strengthen the blockade around the city's core. From the CityCam network, it's clear that this is not only a widespread and potentially long-term outbreak of violence, but probably the most devastating and deadly event in Suiston history. A combination of the weather and the arrival of the military has driven many of the rioters indoors. And somewhere in that chaos, we believe WRAT's reporter Ann Kelso is struggling to bring us a live report on what it's like on the ground. We'll continue to hope that she will connect with us soon, and you'll hear her report live on WRAT.
I'm Lana Zhang, and another of WRAT's reporters, Daniela Gresham, is in a dangerous fight for her life at the Suiston South Supermall, where Mayor Fuller and his entire security team have been kidnapped by an as yet unknown but clearly well-organized group. The mall is in the process of being evacuated, and at last report, the mayor was strapped to a small hover making its way across the artificial lake that acts as a wave pool within the mall complex. Citizens are warned to stay clear of the area, as the kidnappers are clearly both armed and very dangerous. And now for a brief update on the progress of this storm. Here's Gertrude. This is WRAT meteorologist Gertrude Schrager. Well, the massive weather phenomenon that is Zulu 11 is inbound on Suiston and creating a swath of devastation as it moves. Our storm tracker shows that the storm's path has indeed swung slightly east, and it will now pass very solidly over the center of our city. I don't think I need to re-emphasize that this means within the next 2 or 3 hours our city will need to be in complete lockdown. Anyone caught outdoors will not survive. Buildings and structures will be put to the ultimate test. Vehicles will be tossed about like sticks of straw. I don't need to guess about this. It is already happening south of us. Jarlsberg is the most recent area to be hit, and the footage we received before we lost signal is frankly terrifying. Please do not take this freak of nature lightly. It will not be forgiving.
We have an update on traffic from Rick now. Soon enough everything should be grounded, Rick. How bad are things up there?
The best words I can find are, simply, a mess. I'm flying over the interchange at the X21 and X37 to the northwest city boundary. I don't think I've ever seen such traffic chaos. Maybe since I've never experienced the complete shutdown of the transition system before. This means there is no guidance on acceleration, deceleration, lane changes, level stabilization, nothing. Only the hard layer buffers are still working. We've got probably upwards of 2,000 hovers on 6 layers, either stranded, damaged, or disabled, and more backed up for kilometers in all directions. The police are on scene with not insufficient force due to the riot, so people are really confused as to what's going on. And of course, they're desperate to get down on the ground and into shelter. It's pretty scary up here. All in all, a bad day on the skyways. Even at the emergency level, where I'm flying with no traffic to get in my way, the winds are causing havoc. Stay home or wherever you are, but stay out of the sky.
We now turn you over to Oliver Zhang for a hopefully more positive report on the latest in sports. Oliver?
Thank you, Adam. Leading the sports board today is the latest victory by our Suiston Molas at Causeway Stadium, where only minutes ago they defeated the Brutal Bombers 6-5 with a spectacular last-minute touchdown by their elusive catcher, Twitch. Now on top of the Southeast Division, the Maulers look poised to challenge for World Spikeball supremacy. And now underway at the Underworld Heap Live-Fire Arena, the inaugural match between our Tail Thrashers and visiting Canton Pyros. John Horton is covering the match live. Are the Thrashers still dominating, John?
The Thrashers have this arena shut down, Oliver. The Pyros can't seem to get organized, and that's just the way interim squad leader Triage wants it. It's true domination here, with the Thrashers leading 29-7. I think they're out for a new team record to set the tone for any team coming to play them here on this new home turf. Go Tail Thrashers!
Thanks for the update, John. And now the sports scoreboard. Yesterday's scores in Speedball: the Mambas pummeled the Invaders 17-7. The Urge over the Vindicators 7-6. The Jesters buried the Fist 15-3. The Aggravators 9-4 over the Crush, and the Bombers 12-8 over the Pillage. Today, we have had one game. The Mambas defeat the Bombers 11-9. And tonight, the Pillage will play against the Rush, the Lurkers against the Wolves, and the X-Factor against Gorgons. In Live-Fire, the Crimson Tide swept away the Salvage 43-17, but lost their star Dredger to head injury, out for at least 3 months. The Destroyers were dominated by the Frag Lords 33-14 in a brutal and devastating match in which each team lost 3 players to serious injury. The Red Lust were slaughtered by the Reapers 25-11. Tonight, the Juggernaut take on Lock and Load at the Hanging Gardens. Oblivion travels off-planet to Space Hub and takes on the hometown Exactor in their low-gravity element. In Spikeball, the Blades were edged by the Crushers 8-7. The Miners were buried by the Cavaliers 9-3. The Reavers slaughtered the Carnage 10-4. And the Hellcats were in a standoff match against the Feral Dogs 4-4. The Dogs took the game in overtime. Tonight and tomorrow we have several matches going on. The first, the Grinders will play the Icemen, the Vagabonds against the Howlers, the Torrent against the Ogres, Hellion will face Thang, and the Icons will take on the Thunder. I have been able to persuade the odious Invaders star captain Socket to call in and say a few words about her team's recent performance. Socket, in view of the positive results Sewerston's other teams are achieving, what do you think accounts for our Invaders' poor showing so far this season?
One word, Oliver. A word you know well enough. Injuries. Both Chick, our center midfielder, and Thrash, our center defense, they've been out for over a month. D-Bell and Arid, they're doing their best to fill in those positions, but as you know, experience is what's needed. And these are the key roles on any speedball team. We're getting beat to the ball, we're not closing down the offense in front of the goal, and I'm not seeing enough ball at center forward. Rattail does his best in goal, but you can't shut out opponents when your team's not doing their job.
So what is the timeline on recovery for Chick Caber and Trash Rushton?
Chick is out for at least another month, undergoing cybernetic hip surgery. Thankfully, D-Bell's getting faster, stronger, more aggressive each match. So she should be able to fill in well enough for him. We expect Trash back for the game tomorrow. Arid was getting overwhelmed in front of the goal. He's just not tough enough yet.
Do you have any predictions for tomorrow's match?
I don't make predictions, Oliver. I just go out on the pitch and do it. But the next time we meet the Mambas, them without Clash, and Trash back in our lineup, they'll be eating their own tails. And the Crush can expect a lot of goals against them tomorrow. Count on it.
Thank you, Socket. I hope you see a lot of the ball tomorrow, and I know you know what to do with it.
We have an urgent call from a Jason Meckler, who is on the scene of the downtown riot and reports that he has some important news. Hello, Jason. What can you tell us?
You guys are crazy. Sending Ann down here with no body shield, no protection. Almost got her killed.
Are you saying you know where Anne is?
If I hadn't pulled her away from that stampede, she'd be trampled to death. Luckily we found this... Hey, this is my phone. Cut it, cut it. Okay, you don't have to get rough. This is Ann Kelso. Who am I talking to?
Anne, it's good to hear from you. It's Adam Marlborough. You're live on the air. Can you tell us what happened?
Give me the phone. Ann!
Hold on a second.
Don't be a bitch. It's my phone. Give me the phone.
Jason, any more crap out of you and you'll be waking up with a big headache in an hour or two. Keep it quiet or we're going to attract attention. Sorry, Adam. I'm on the 5th floor of an office tower, looking down at the scene on the street. We broke our way through a few security doors to get up here away from the riot. It's chaos down there, a real mob scene. Like Jason here said, if he hadn't pulled me into that doorway, I'd probably be dead. There was a mad rush when that bomb went off, and I only got so far before it was rammed in the back, tripped over the bodies of a few people who'd fallen in front of me, and tried to reshape the road with my face. I gather Jason saw me go down and acted fast.
Anne, are you alright?
I'll live, Adam. Tell them, Ann. Your face is a bloody mess. Your nose is broken, probably your arm. Okay, be a bitch.
So, what's the mood now, Anne? Is the crowd thinned out or calmed down?
Not likely. Things are worse than before. There are bodies all over the street, mostly in a pool of blood and mostly killed by the mob. Small gangs of armed looters are ransacking stores, going door to door. They're also working their way into the office buildings and stealing what they can find. That's why we went up. To get some warning if they...
Ann, someone's coming.
Stay calm. Just follow my lead.
And we'll go offline, but please keep the channel open if you can. We want to know how this develops. Our outgoing feed has been disabled for Anne's safety. The channel is now one way from Anne to us.
We're in a small office at the corner of the floor. The staircase and the elevators in this building are central. Each floor has a continuous perimeter hall with rooms on the outside facing the streets. 2 access points to the stairs, and we're about 10 meters from the nearest on the north side.
Sounds from here like there's a gang of looters on their way up, and they'll probably not be happy to see us. And there's at least 5 of them. We gotta give ourselves up. Shut up and hide. There's nothing to loot on this floor. If they don't see us, they'll just move on. Hey guys, there's nothing worth taking on this floor. I've already checked it out. Eric, we got a live one.
Pin him down. Let's see what he's got.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Why do you have to shoot me?
Now let's see what you're carrying.
You piece of shit. There's nothing up here. Leave us alone.
Us, is it? We'll see soon enough. Maybe not us anymore. Frank, Alvin, take the south side. Berta, start here. Slow. Rico, watch the stairs. Go! Go!
Shit. Nothing but bloody furniture. I hid under the desk. Jason, more brave than bright, is lying in a pool of blood just outside the door. I may be safe here now that Bert has cleared my room, but I don't think they'll give up, knowing that Jason wasn't alone. The hall's clear, except for the big guy guarding the stairs about 10 meters away, looking the other way. Berta just went into the 3rd room along this hall. I'll wait for her to get to the 4th, past the stairs. Then I'm taking out Rico. I need a weapon or I'm not going to make it through this. For now, this solid brass trophy for public speaking will have to do. Okay, Berta's moved on. I'm taking him. I pulled Rico into the stairwell, and the door's closed. I'm heading down, because they're almost sure to go up. Adam, the batteries are pretty low on this phone. I'm going to have to sign off to save power. Wish me luck. AKA out.
For those of you who don't know Anne, who don't really know her, she was trained as a war correspondent, which means military tactics, hand-to-hand, firearms, the whole thing. When we say at WRAT our reporters are intrepid, Anne is what we mean. Not that she's the only one, but I think you get the picture. AKA, Anne Kelso Actual. We wish you luck, Anne. Get back to us soon.